what are we going to watch? Do we have stuff to watch?
What's after DFA?
After DFA is Pencils and Parsecs.
And what's new about Pencil and Parsecs,
guys,
this week?
We got a real cool thing, a real cool brand new thing this week on Pencils and Parsecs. So, you know, we have this.
I'm super excited.
Oh gosh, that force meter worked flawlessly last week. And we have this sort of, it wasn't necessarily a problem. The story was great. But it's kind of hard to know what's being affected. Whenever, say, the force meter counts down to 0,
the lights drop.
It lands in tier 2, for example, and Bert changes his story, but you don't know what his story was to begin with, so it's kind of hard to know what's been affected. Well, we've added, and you can see this on our Reddit page, so there's been a sort of a resurgence in our Reddit, and I commend you all for giving that a shot, because I personally really like Reddit's. I personally really love Reddit. I just had a stroke. I personally really like Reddit's forums for like smaller, you know, it's subreddits for just like smaller communities can be a really cool place to have just an open forum. So this is all of our posts from today, the past 24 hours.
Very cool.
Here is a Pencils and Parsecs Galaxy events map. So if you go to our Reddit, check out the last 24 hours, you can see this map. And you know, maybe this is a good thing to share on some Star Wars subs, maybe a Fantasy Flight subreddit. You know, whatever.
Good idea.
The thing is with Reddit, they don't appreciate self-posts, so we are not going to be posting much on Reddit. If we are posting, it's going to be like to let you know what's going on today, kind of our own sort of update. But otherwise, if we're advertising for ourselves, they kind of frown upon that. So if you all would like to post that map elsewhere on some Star Wars subs, I say go for it. But let's check this map out. It's so cool.
Click.
So basically, what we have here is all of these events. There are kind of 9 possible events within an episode, if you think about it, because the force map counts down 3 times, you know, once every hour. So there's kind of like 2 within an hour, and then whatever we end on. So there are 3 possible events that could happen in each tier. We could have 3 tier 1, we could have 3 tier 3, or a mixture of the like. So what this is are different things that are happening around the galaxy right now, around the Star Wars galaxy. So if after an hour we count down and it's tier 1, we've landed in tier 1 light, for instance. Let me zoom in. This map is so detailed. This is a huge file. So,
okay, this is, how do you know which one's tier 1 and light side and dark side?
So everything is light side and dark side. What's being decided right now is
how it swings.
Yes, through the force meter. If we land on light side, say there is this tier 1 event, Sand People are attacking, Tusken Raiders have grown increasingly violent, a larger war party has assembled to attack local moisture farmers. So, if we land tier 1 light side, then Bert will stop and say, this just in, somewhere in the galaxy, you know, off in this section of the galaxy, the farmers have stood up to this Sand People attack, and they've won the battle. You feel a shift in the force towards the light side. So this is happening out of game, like out of character. They won't bring this meta in. They won't know what happened over in the other side of the galaxy. They won't know that the Sand People just lost the battle, but they will know that they feel a shift towards the light side. So that's kind of just a way.
I said they get positive or negative boost depending on the outcome.
Yeah.
Like the event does, or the players?
The players.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The players are getting...
Very cool.
Yeah, so, because...
So it's a galactic RPG officially now.
Yeah.
Dope. Let's say a tier 3. I want to see some bad stuff.
So tier 3, I mean, it gets crazier and crazier as we go up the tiers, obviously.
Bounty Hunters Guild Turmoil?
Yeah, so there's some crazy stuff that can happen. Tier 3. Blockade of Mon Calamari. The Imperials have set up a blockade around the planet of Mon Calamari. So that's obviously, that's war, you know? That's war on an entire planet. If you're blockading a planet and you're keeping away their supplies, they have no choice but to go into war with you. So that's obviously a huge event if we make it to tier 3.
So this is all stuff that will be affected tonight in the game.
So
Very cool.
these things are happening. They haven't been decided until we decide them. Kind of like Rebel Fleet has been discovered. The Rebel Fleet jumps from one location to the next after the evacuation of the Yavin base, but have not gone unnoticed. So in the event of like a dark tier 3 event,
Darth Vader shows up and cuts them all to pieces.
yeah,
Is that a good one?
yeah, sure. Anyway,
Cool.
the Rebel Fleet could have been recognized. The Imperials come in and they shoot them up and kill them all in
I like
the
mine
event of
better.
a tier 3 dark side.
I'm gonna take Brett's place whenever he can't make it.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, Darth Vader shows up for every single one. Lights out. I'll be like, Darth Vader shows up and kills everyone.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
So yeah, pretty cool. So this map,
Zoom in on the map. Show how high res it is.
I mean, I am zoomed.
But you
It's
can
very
keep
high
going.
res. Look at
You
this.
can keep going.
You can come in and look at all these little planets, all these names.
I had no idea it was.
This exists. This map exists online, so it is canon. From all we know, probably fan made, but as close to canon as possible, based on some fans' interpretation.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be super cool. So yeah, this is kind of just adding a story element to why are things changing. You know, like we're basically bringing you into the game in a way. If that makes sense, we've just made you a part of the game. Whereas, you know, last week things were just kind of randomly happening. The Force was just randomly shifting. Now, you are these Tusken Raiders, or you are the farmers that
cool.
are defending them, and you either won or lost.
So the players and thumpers are weaving a galactic tale.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. Like, it's gonna be a good show.